All right, what? Whoa. Sounded weary. What is up, gamers? What is good? The anime season is once again coming to an end, which means yet another one is coming up right behind. That's how it works. And for a while there, I actually did totally fall off the seasonal anime treadmill. I spent the first two seasons of 2025 watching absolutely nothing for no particular reason, it just kind of fell out of my lifestyle. But I'm back into it. I am very happy to say that my new paradigm, where I just try to watch at least one episode per day, has been working. I've had like about a 50% success rate with that. And, quite a few days where I've watched more than one episode, which was enough to be caught up and to finish a whole lot of shows in the last season, which turned out to be an absolutely fantastic season. So, this does mark the return. We will have a seasonal anime review video for the first time this year, which I don't know about you guys, but I consider those like my best videos. Those are the ones that I put the most effort into and I think I get the most out of. So look forward to that. No ETA, it may be a little late. I am still quite busy, but I did want to spend the time before I saw too much of it to kind of give my open speculative takes on the next season. These are always some of my favorite videos to make. I just really, really enjoy plunging in, trying to put together an impression of things, drawing upon what I know from manga and what I know about studios and directors and everything. And I really don't know much of what is coming. So let's plunge in and see. Okay, One Punch Man Season 3 at long, long last. This, I guess, continues the Monster Association arc. I can't really remember where Season 2 ended off. They, added even more than the remake manga added. The remake manga basically has, the Garo plotline and then straight into Monster Association headquarters, whereas the remake manga has the whole martial arts tournament and the monsterification cells and all sorts of stuff like that. And then I think the anime had even more. So I don't really know what this will contain, even though I've read both the remake manga and the original webcomic. I'm a little curious, but not really that much. I think ever since Madhouse stopped doing it, it lacked a lot of the crazy Sakuga appeal for me. So we'll probably skip that, although I do still quite enjoy this franchise overall. New season of Spy Family. Good. Last season covered the long-awaited Cruise arc, which I really enjoyed. That's one of my favorite arcs in the manga. This season may have some crazy shit, like the Twilight flashback might happen in this. It starts to really kind of get more into, the actual lore and world building of the series. It could get some, pretty heavy stuff going on. I don't know. I have read all of the manga, but it's, I don't really remember, what order stuff happens in, so I'm not really sure what will be covered by this. But almost certainly I'm going to watch this. I've been watching all of the anime. It's really, really enjoyable. They do such a good job with it, Wit Studio and Cloverworks, two of the goats of the modern day. So, a lot to love here. I'm sure the OP and ED will also be crazy. Last time they got Yuasa to solo direct the OP, solo keyframe animate as well, and it was godly. So, okay, that's a must watch. Easy. The final season of BNHA, and it looks like this is just gonna straight up be the final season, especially judging by the poster. That's it. They're not doing this fractal expansion of final season season 2, final season 2 part 2, part 3, the movie, etc., like so many other anime seem to be doing lately, really, really belaboring it. I like this. Just straight up the final season. Boom. I haven't watched any of this since I started reading the manga, but it seems like they're doing a good job. Studio Bones is very good. So happy for the BNHA fans. I did enjoy the ending of this series. So I'm glad that they'll close out the anime on a solid note. This is some sort of reincarnation thing. What? Maybe I'll recognize the English name. Oh, To Your Eternity. Oh. Oh, that's what happens, huh? Because this is like... I watched a little bit of this. I meant to read the manga, but I haven't yet. Huh. I guess that's kind of big spoilers. That's cool. That's cool. Usually these types of stories about immortal people don't really, like, dive into that kind of... I don't know, like, truly era-crossing stuff. I think there's ways to make that pretty cool. Oh. Oh, man. It's, like, raining today. I feel very, very congested. This I've seen the manga before, I think. Do a quick vibe check on the manga scores. It looks kind of ecchi. Yeah, those scores and these tags add up. Not really a surprise. Whole bunch of stuff I haven't read. I guess my question is, like, why is this so high up in the popularity rankings? I guess this manga is actually pretty popular. Doesn't really look that interesting. Looks very generic. Studio Blade. Doing a bunch of other shows that look kind of the same. Alright. Isekai Season 2. That was the grocery store one, sure. What is this? Good Eevee. Based on a manga and light novel. Let's do a little vibe check on the manga, see if there's anything worth saying. Pretty good scores, especially for these tags. I think that's definitely well above the average. Okay, sure. Not really my cup of tea, but interesting. Mermaid... drama, horror, psychological, based on a manga, could be good, could be interesting. That's not the same series. This one, award-winning, really good scores. Well, we'll throw it into plan to read. And Yuri. We had The Summer Hikaru Died, which was critically acclaimed BL horror. And now we have our critically acclaimed Yuri horror. Sure. Studio Lings did the Yuri spin-off OVAs. Okay. And not much else. This is their first full season anime. I don't know. I'm like a little curious. I'm not convinced that the adaptation will be anything crazy, which of course would make me curious about the anime in particular. Instead, I'm just like very curious about the manga now. Ah, yes, the second season of Ranma. Hell yeah, definitely gonna watch this. Really, really enjoyed the first season. So nostalgic for me, you know. Ranma was one of the very first manga I read. I think the first manga I fully finished, actually, that I read the whole run of. Major, major, major impact on all areas of my life, let alone my manga habits. Still one of my favorites. Still my favorite Rumiko Takahashi manga. Cannot say enough good things about it. And the adaptation, I thought, was really, really good, too. I know that there's been kind of mixed feelings about it in the way that it's, like, very modern, and it feels sort of like a video game remaster in a way, and you can really ask yourself, is this purposeful, and does this lose something? But, I don't know, to me it's like the original anime, I've seen some of, but I haven't watched the whole thing. It's not some, like, holy text for me. I'm all about the manga. So to me, this is just like going back to the manga and approaching it a different way, approaching it in a very modern way. To me, it's like why really compare it with the anime at all, like the previous anime. So I don't know. I'm really, really happy with it. I think it's something that stands on its own. as a new adaptation and as just a great piece of anime, period. So yeah, a lot of fun characters introduced here. Cologne? Bro, I can't remember their names. The old man and the old lady. Another Takahashi classic. The shriveled old prunes that are super powerful. You know, I've always said that like Dandadan is secretly like a Takahashi manga. That if you want to understand like how Dandadan is written, you just need to read the works of Rumiko Takahashi. But I think what's really funny is that like the crone character, which, you know, is a Takahashi classic, the old lady that kicks ass. In Dandadan, they're like, okay, what if we made her like super like hot and voluptuous and she looks like she's like 20? just to spice things up. But she has like the exact same like role in the story, the exact same sort of relative power level. It's so funny to me. But yeah, great stuff. Summon to another world. Okay. Disney Twisted Wonderland, the animation. Huh? What the hell is this? Huh. I don't know what. Is it like Disney characters? Not really. Walt Disney Studios? What? I'm confused, but I also don't care. Hey, Sanda! Yeah! This is another one that has the Takahashi archetype of an old prune woman that kicks ass and is awesome and beloved. The manga, the scanlations of it have almost finished. We're in like the super climax now. It'll probably finish maybe a little after the anime starts, which is just a week away. Oh, I'm so excited. I love this series so much. I love all of Paru Sensei's works so much. I'm so happy that they're getting adapted. That big studios are taking the risk to adapt these really weird, really sometimes unpleasant and uncomfortable, but ultimately like super unique, super compelling, super funny, super engaging, super action-packed, wonderful manga. Sanda, I might like it like just as much as Beastars. I don't know. It's close. It's very, very different, very unique. I've never read a manga like it. And now we got Science Saru. Truly one of the most goated studios working today. Probably in my top 3 of studios working today with KyoAni and Shaft. In terms of just how excited I am to see their name on something. Oh yeah, we're definitely watching this. This is going to be phenomenal. I hope everyone watches it. I hope a lot of people get filtered and confused and mad. I don't know, maybe I'm like overrating it. I'm in so deep now, and it's like for all the weirdness of the plot line and the setting, and for all the weird shit that happens in it, the actual structuring of the plot and the conflict and stuff, it's not so crazy. It's things you've seen before. It's genres that you've seen before. But yeah, the setting and the premise and a lot of the specific stuff that happens is really, really strange. Just like Paru Sensei going in such strange, dark places. So I don't know. I don't know if people are really going to get as filtered as I think, as I almost hope, because that would be entertaining for me. But I do really hope that people also enjoy it, even if it's like half the people get filtered and the other half enjoy it. I certainly don't think you'll be bored. I think you'll be very enthralled, even if you're also confused by the wonderful story of Santa Claus. My hero Santa Claus. Which all started, you know, Paru Sensei is very open and shameless about her tastes in fictional characters, which she finds attractive and stuff, which is awesome. As she should be. Good for you. And basically this whole series started because she had a crush on Santa Claus. Ever since she was a little kid, she saw Santa Claus as like a romantic figure. that she, despite his typical depiction as like a pudgy, jolly old man who doesn't have an ounce of sexuality in these depictions, she saw through to another Santa dwelling within another way of parsing his behavior and his role and his powers and his benevolence, that she found very moving and very attractive. And that is really the genesis of all of Sanda. That is the driving force that led her to create this entire work. And I think that's where a lot of the best manga comes from, is having that sort of like deep desire that is kind of fetishy and intense and uncommon, and then like manifesting that in a way that like a story blooms out of it, that a character blooms out of it, that conflict blooms out of it, such that you're kind of putting as the prize, you're putting as like the place the story is trying to get to as depicting, like the goal is to depict Santa Claus in the eyes that you see Santa Claus. And I think that just makes it so compelling, so powerful. Yeah, great stuff. Really excited for that. What the? Why is he having vicious online attacks? What is this? Some kind of normie harem story? Oh, I don't know about this, man. Based on a light novel. Yeah, I don't know, man. Sure, okay, fine. One dance. He joins the dance club. Okay. We got Studio Madhouse. I like it. This manga, I think I've heard of. I feel like I've heard this name before, at least. It also does sound like a Drake song, so maybe I'm just getting confused. I Want a One Dance. Looks like it got nuked. Yep. So that's unfortunate, but holy cow. Really, really great reviews. Have I heard of this artist? Have they done anything else? Yeah. This has a lot of potential, man. I mean, Madhouse, I love as a studio. The manga is so beloved. This might be like a medalist type situation where they're taking kind of like a interest-based manga like this, interest competition kind of thing, and pushing it to such extremes. I like this kind of character profile, a guy coming into it from the outside is a typical way to kind of build these things up. Seems like there could be some sort of romantic element, especially to life and love. Yeah, I don't. This could be good. So far we've only got like 2 must watches, and my system, if it works as planned, should accommodate me 7 shows that I can pick up per season. Although I do want to spend some of those things going back to watch stuff I missed in the first 2 seasons of 2025. Like, there are some shows that I'm prioritizing pretty highly. So I maybe should leave some room in the 1-a-day system, but this could be good. This could be good. Is this a 1v1 rom-com or a harem rom-com? Do you know what I'm talking about? There's a new genre. Well, not that new. But it's becoming more and more popular. I think it's becoming like the dominant strain of rom-com, where the harem aspect is ditched, and it's all just about one guy, one girl, usually in some kind of like automatically intimate situation, like they're desk buddies or whatever. And there's no real like will they or won't they phenomenon. It's more of just a like when type phenomenon. And usually, like, yeah, the cast is pretty limited. It's very episodic, very hyper-focused. Progress is made in fits and starts, but there's never really any doubt that they're going to end up together. That, in my mind, is the 1v1 rom-com. It's interesting because Jump, we'll talk about this more in the Jump video, but Jump has a 1v1 rom-com in it now. All right, this is the way you tell. I've just decided this. This is the way you tell. We're gonna look at the covers. If it's the same girl on all of them, it's a 1v1 rom-com. If it's multiple girls on each of them, it is a traditional or harem rom-com. Now, traditional, doesn't really mean harem. There are traditional rom-coms that don't have a harem element, but have much more of, like, the expanded cast factor and side couple factors, and, like, the structure of them is more similar to the harem rom-com. Yeah, it's a 1v1 rom-com. I've been really enjoying the genre of the 1v1 rom-com, I gotta say. It's very interesting. The Jump is running one. We'll talk about that. I don't know any of these. I don't know. Oh, I forgot to even look at the stats on MangaDex. Oh, that's not bad. Although the 1v1 rom-com is a very highly rated genre, because it's kind of like, if you get bought into the premise at all, if you like the two main characters at all, you're just done. You're just it's over. They've got you hook, line, and sinker. They don't really need to add other elements. They don't really need to add new characters. They can just keep on trucking 1v1. Yeah, okay. Oh, this is a Gintama spin-off where he's a teacher. Okay, sure. I still haven't read Gintama. I really should read it. I'm a big fan of Kenta Sensei, who was his assistant, and has, I think, kind of followed in his footsteps in terms of, like, genre. Kenta Sensei, of course, writing Sket Dance and Witch Watch, two of my recent favorites. So I don't know, I gotta go back and read Gintama at some point, but this is not where we're gonna start. Oh my goodness, look at that long name. Good thing I don't have to care about this. Yeah, alright, okay. More Uma Musume. My boyfriend will be happy. He's gone full horse mode. A lot of my other friends will be happy too. I don't know, I'm still not horse-pilled. I know the game got worldwide release and people went nuts. And it does actually seem like a type of game I would enjoy. The kind of, like, management sim slash gacha slash roguelike does sound like it would be very, very addictive. The sort of thing I, in particular, would probably get addicted to. But I've managed to resist so far. I watched the first season of the anime when it came out, and it really did not leave much of an impression on me at all, besides just kind of like the novelty of horse girls based on real horses and blah, blah, blah. So it's very interesting to see it just get more and more and more and more popular. My friends that have been into it since then, or even since before then, when, like, the Japanese original Mobage launched, are, of course, very, very excited for this global phenomenon emergence of it, but I don't know, I haven't been swept up into it yet. It is what it is. Yeah, this is another 1v1 rom-com, isn't it? I don't, because there's, like, a lot of characters in the poster, but it sounds like a 1v1 rom-com. Yeah. This cover is, like, the most 1v1 rom-com I've ever seen. I bet it's got, like, an 8.6. 8.55. I'm so good! Alright, whatever. Seems well-liked. Another 1v1 rom-com. Sure. What the hell is Studio Polon? Huh. They did the first season. No, just kidding. It's a different show with 9999 in it. Glowing tensions around AI spark civil unrest. Whoa, what the... Well, it's like something, and it's an original, which is exciting. It's more interesting than a lot of stuff we've seen. I like PA Works a lot. Who is the director? What have they done? Bunch of stuff I don't really know or care about. Oh, they worked on Ikamusume! Banger, banger. I don't know. Poster seems okay. Premise seems kind of interesting. I don't know. I'm not like super compelled, but it is something. And the fact that it's an original PA Works anime, the bar is pretty high. Reincarnated. Yeah. Prince's Dungeon Crawling Party. Sis Sekai, I guess. Uh-huh. Oh, wow. Boy Who's Always Injured. Another 1v1 rom-com, it seems. Looks more shoujo-y, is my guess. Pretty good scores. Slice of life tag I like. Did it get nuked or was it never translated? It just got nuked. Tamara Yui. Only work. I don't know. It has some appeal. I like the artwork on the cover. Definitely a shoujo type series. Yeah, the thumbnail alone confirms it. Premise sounds kind of interesting. Seems like it would be cute. I don't know. It's not like, wow, this is amazing. But so far, this season has honestly kind of been slim pickings. This is some sort of... Yep. It is what it is. We know that one. Oh, this... I remember the first season of this. Slice of life, supernatural kind of stuff. Sure. Oh, another Moe vampire series. We got one of these every once in a while. I don't know if I've heard of this one. Yeah, I don't know. It seems fun. Fun covers. 1v1 rom-com with a vampire, perhaps. Yeah, that could be fun. I think I like Studio Feel. What do they do again? Okay, I was thinking of a different studio. Oh, they did Hinamatsuri. I like Hinamatsuri a lot. That had a great adaptation. Robot made, but it's not Me and Roboco. Shucks. When will the Me and Roboco movie get a wider release, by the way? I would love to know. I would love to watch it. Okay. Sure. Says shoujo, rom-com. Sure. Studio Kai. What is Studio Kai? Okay. Glitch the Future. Oh, this is... I saw a trailer for this. This actually looks kind of cool. And, you know, I'm a Digimon enjoyer. It's not like I've really kept up with the franchise since I was a kid, but as a kid, I loved it. The style of this from the trailer seemed kind of cool. And it looked like they were putting a lot of work into the production stuff. I mean, it's a trailer, so... Of course they're going to use all really well-produced scenes, but... It just had kind of a style to it, an energy to it, that felt very deliberate and made me feel like they were just kind of considering the greater aesthetic quality of the series in a cool way, which is neat. Shumatsu Touring. Hey, this already exists. It's called Girl's Last Tour. That's also Shumatsu. That's also touring. They also ride around on a bike, sort of. Bike vehicle thing. Is this based on a manga? Decent score. It's no Girls Last Tour. I think Girls Last Tour is at a 9. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. This... I don't know. I mean, it has a lot of appeal to me, this kind of genre. Uh, obviously Girls Last Tour has a ton of extremely good qualities, but I think just that general setting and conceit of, like, the mysteries of the apocalypse and the distance we feel between the characters and the characters feel to their world, and then we understand things that the characters don't. That whole kind of foundation to it is among my favorite elements of it. This feels like it's a little more, like, connected, It's, like, very obvious where they are and what they're doing. It's not like a mysterious apocalypse. It's like a very straightforward... Maybe everybody got raptured? What the fuck is the yapture? The yapture is what I'm putting you guys on when I talk nonstop about anime for like an hour. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I guess the style of it looks very, very different than Girls Last Tour, just in terms of what sort of apocalypse we're dealing with here. I am quite interested. I don't know. I think, like I said, we haven't had a ton of stuff that jumps out to me as, like, a must-watch. So this might make the cut. Looks like it was getting scanlated for a while, and then it stopped. I'm going to throw it in the plan to read at the very least. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and this studio. Granblem. Comic Girls. I like Comic Girls a lot. That was good. I liked Working. I liked Wakaba Girl. Wakaba Girl, I remember having, like, really nice animation. Given that it was just, like, a random-ass slice of life short, I really enjoyed it. So, yeah. I think that's potential. Crazy sci-fi... It's Among Us. It's Among Us. Huh. An original. Oh, it even is based on a game. And the game seems to be like an Among Us ripoff. Or something. I don't know. Sure, whatever. Oh, man. I was like, wow, it's like a volleyball series or something. No, it's about it's a harem about a masseuse that. See, I bet you were like, keeps going on and on about 1v1 rom-com. Isn't that just all rom-coms? No, this is the other type of rom-com. And it seems like we're only talking about 1v1 rom-coms, and that's because those are the only interesting ones. Yeah, we can keep scrolling. Reincarnated. Sure. Another Reincarnated as the villainous. That's becoming really its own subgenre. Oh, this is the furry romance. I saw a trailer for this. It looks like Aparu Sensei work. It actually looks a lot like her latest work. Tyra's Regrets. Whatever it's called. It's something like that. It's kind of an odd synchronicity that this is coming out while that's being serialized. Based on a manga. Looks very shoujo-y. Erotica tag. This is one for the furries out there. And I'm happy for them. Not a priority for me, but I wouldn't be opposed to watching it either. Like, it's not like I'm anti-furry by any stretch. It's just not what I go out of my way to seek out, Boom. They do not want us to know about that manga. Yeah, I don't know. I hope it's good for the sake of the furries. They need to eat. Woo! Wow, manga artist slice of life about her foibles, about her highs and lows. That sounds good. Yuri, very good. Oh, hey. Ah, so it's about her like Yuri fantasies that may spill over into reality and her ongoing challenges making manga. 13 volumes. All these scenarios depicted in the cover seem really nice. I don't know. This has a lot of appeal to me. It may be one where we just read the manga. Oh, that is the manga. I was like, where's the studio? Never heard of these, but sure. Okay, that's something. Oh, Blue Orchestra, Season 2, sure. Come for the plot, stay for the doggo. Who writes these? Who writes these? Looks kind of shoujo-y. It's an original. It's OLM, which is pretty cool. White person. What the? Oh, it's based off a webcomic. Huh. Wow. Damn, man, imagine read a webcomic gets picked up to be adapted by OLM? That's pretty good, man. I mean, I don't know. Probably not my cup of tea, but it's cool. It's cool that they're making this, I guess. Kingdom. You know, Kingdom is getting a physical English release. Is that insane? They're like starting it now. They're not gonna get caught up until like 2050. That's bold, man. That's bold. They're really doing it. But yeah, Kingdom keeps right on trucking. The manga has been running since the 2006. Crazy. Imagine they were just like, hey, we're gonna start releasing like, I mean, One Piece is even crazier, but still, like, man, fiction. Kingdom's been running a long time, man. Why now? Why'd you just get around to it now? Some sort of robot rom-com, robom-com, family slice of life thing. There's elements of that I can get behind. There's things about that I like. Pretty good reviews. The covers look fun. Cute character. Mostly anthology work. Sure. I don't know. It's the studio. Studio Flad. Never heard of it. It's like it is what it is. Sudden accident leaves her with amnesia and a sparkling new personality. Huh. What? Huh? This is very interesting. Never heard of this. Does not really look like any other manga I've heard of, ever seen. Been running since 2019. It's a pretty good run. It's quite the character design here. What did they mean by this? Is it as mean as it looks? Probably not. The premise is like crazy. The art in the poster really kind of looks like the art of the manga, like run through some sort of like AI filter. Like, this is so unique and so like retro in some ways, with such like extreme character design. And then this looks just so generic, it's kind of surreal. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like a little more interested in the manga now that I know that it exists, which I guess means I'm more interested than zero. But the anime is the Seven Deadly Sins people. Yeah, alright. Fantasy, mystery, Edo era thing, sure. Ninja. Based on a manga. Let's check it out. Studio Dean. Pretty hit and miss studio. The war between ninja and yakuza. The art style is kind of crazy. I do like that. It's like a superhero or something. Huh. Well, it is what it is. This is like idol type thing. Idol superheroes. Sure. My potions are too strong for you, anime enjoyer. Create potions. Okay. Ooh. There's a gourmet manga spin-off of Crayon Shinchan. Now that's what I like to see in a frickin' manga cover, man. That's what it's all about right there. When they put the food front and center like that. Oh, mama. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. This is what manga is all about, man. Food? He's eating a paella? He's got ramen multiple times? Oh, that's an oyakodon. Never mind. Look at that big... What is this? Hamburger steak? Holy moly. I'm hungry, dude. I gotta eat after this. Look at that eel. Look at that aji fry. Whew. Okay. This might be a much watch. Shin A animation. Okay, so they do the Shinchan stuff too. They do some Doraemon stuff. Alright. The Takagi-san. This is like the OG 1v1 rom-com. This is where the formula really started. But you know, Nagatoro-san, which people sometimes put in the same genre as Takagi-san, a teasing rom-com. But Nagatoro-san is a traditional rom-com, non-harem traditional rom-com. And Takagi-san is a 1v1 rom-com. Is it starting to make sense now, folks? Is it starting to make sense? Do you start to see the taxonomy break down? They do have the teasing characteristic in common, sure, but in the same way that both bats and birds fly. They're different families. Anyways, we got Monster Strike. Okay. Whoa. This is also kind of like a Paru Sensei manga. No results found. No results found. Users. Titles. No results found. Mystery manga. Mystery manga. I don't know. The premise is fun. This sounds like it's actually a short and it's in the wrong category. That's my bet. No studio. Artwork looks cute. I don't know. This looks like kids stuff. Sure. We got some shorts. Isekai Quartet. Ganglion. Whoa! Noble Farmer Season 3! Puggies! Okay, that's a must-watch. I'm really, really enjoying this show. It's so great, dude. She's so funny. And it's like, the whole time, it's like these deranged anecdotes that often remind me of my own childhood, you know. We can get into it for days, but there's a certain way that folks that grew up in the country talk about the country to city folk, where it's like, the reaction I want is for me to tell a story that to me was just genuine, like, day-to-day life that I didn't think twice about. And then to get, like, a stunned reaction, a befuddled reaction, going, what? How are you alive? And this whole anime is basically just like those nonstop. She's just like rattling off these stories, and then like the interviewer girl is confused or surprised, and they have these fun little conversations. It's not all that, but it's mostly that. Sometimes it's actually very heartfelt. Sometimes they just really get into the science of it, and it's very interesting. So it's like really cool to me because like I can relate so much to the rural upbringing, and just the way that she tells the stories is so familiar to me. And then I'm like, that's one of the greatest living mangaka. That's like one of the goats. So that feels good too. I'm like synced up with her. So yeah, we're gonna watch this for sure. That looks cute. That looks cute. That looks cute. Using vegetable and fruit trivia. Ooh. I do like me some vegetable and fruit trivia. That looks cute. That looks cute. Sylvanian families getting into anime. I guess it makes sense that these guys go over huge in Japan. Season 2 of Gachiakuta. My anime club is watching this. The one thing I will say is, like, I've made time to start watching anime pretty regularly, which is great. I try to watch at least an episode a day, which has been working pretty well. But I do kind of, like, lack the capacity to have my Wednesday nights free enough to actually watch anime with this anime club that I'm in. Which is a shame. I really miss doing that, but it's tough for me to like book that time consistently, and then the one episode a day method doesn't always leave me caught up, even that if I do have that night free. So yeah, the shows we're watching have kind of like fallen out of sync. They do overlap a bit, but yeah, they're watching this one. I'm not watching it. I want to read the manga though. I've heard the manga is really good. I'm sure the adaptation is good too because it's Bones once again. Oh, Futari Solo Camp. I kind of want to watch this too. I think I'll just read the manga though. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't know this was happening. That's awesome. Oh, dude, I love Zombieland Saga. I want to watch this. How am I going to watch this? I don't think it's going to come out in Canadian theaters. I don't know. It's not totally impossible, but I think it's pretty unlikely. But we'll keep an eye out. Definitely want to watch this when I get a chance. Oh, this I already watched. I watched this at TIFF. They had, I think, the North American premiere at TIFF. Probably not the worldwide premiere. I assume it ran in Japan. And the director came out, which was cool. He's the director of a lot of pretty famous ones. Girl Who Left Through Time, Summer Wars, Wolf Children. This was good, but not like amazing. I don't know. You can read my Letterboxd review if you want, and then I hope to still make a TIFF wrap-up video at some point where I'll probably get into it even deeper. But yeah, it's like interesting. The animation style is very, very unique. It's this strange blend of 2D and 3D. At times it's sort of Studio Orange style, but it is still quite unique. Then they also use like a lot of like photorealism for backgrounds and effects and things like water and wind and lightning and stuff. Very interesting juxtaposition. My boyfriend also saw it with me. We were very, very split on generally just how much we liked it, and then also whether or not certain scenes looked bad or good, which is very interesting. I think generally speaking, it's like, not that like animation style is objective or anything, but like usually if you and a friend disagree on whether or not you liked something, it'll be like, oh man, I was so compelled with the story and the animation was nuts. Okay, well, I'll give you that the animation was really good, but I didn't really get into the story. Whereas here, like, we couldn't even agree on that. I don't know. I think it's not like the best animation I've ever seen or anything close to that, but it is quite interesting and unique. Worth a watch. I would check it out when you can. Compilation film of Girls Band Cry. I'm gonna do 2 of those. There's no way they expected this show to blow up like it did, right? And it just, like, I know that people are like really into the animation style and stuff. Just like Scarlet, very, very unique animation style. This one I couldn't get into myself. I watched 1 episode of it and I was just like, well, and really had no impulse to watch anymore. But it seems like some people have really latched onto the animation style and they really, really enjoy it, which I can get. Like, I really enjoy the style of Tatsuya, who did like Kimono Friends and Kumiri-kusa and stuff. And I'm sure that turns a lot of people off too. Moreover, it's like the content and the story and the characters and just the general like attitude and feel of it, I think were quite unique and quite fresh feeling. You know, the characters are like openly gay, characters flip each other off, characters act very realistically in a lot of ways. I don't know, like, I can kind of get why it's a big phenomenon. But given all of that, like, there's no way that they were like, this is a sure hit. There's no way they were looking at this and they were like, this is the new Love Live. But it's, like, really, really popular now. So, yeah, I'm sure these will do well. I've never heard of this. Never heard of Studio Clap. I've always wanted to watch this. This movie looks great to me, and I would really, really like to watch it. But I have not yet. This could be good. I've seen this manga before. I actually just randomly saw this manga in Mandarake one time, and I was so struck by the cover. It looks just so unique that I looked it up. And I haven't read it yet. I don't even know if it's been like scanlated, but that's kind of cool that they're adapting it into a movie now. Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to read the manga for sure. Maybe this is good too. I'd like to see it. Is this studio? Oh, that's not what you want to see. I don't know. Could be good. More Love Live. The other Girls Man Cry movie. Precure. iCats X Prepara. What the fuck? Sure. Oh, this looks cute. Sure. Sumiko Garashi. Alright, now we're in like the crazy bonus round. It used to be that interest would just peter down and down and down and down, generally speaking, as we made the video. But now this section is like the killer section. This is the grand finale, is stuff in here. Like, we're definitely going to be watching this. I already read the manga, but I really enjoyed the first season of the anime. I'm disappointed that it's not David Pro. They switched off. I don't know the studio. I hope it's still good. Because this arc is fantastic, man. This arc is fucking crazy. I hope they give it its due. Don't know what this is. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, this we gotta watch. This I'm very excited for. I haven't read all of these. And I guess I'll just wait. And watch them. We got a lot of very talented people, a lot of very talented studios involved. I don't know. I mean, it should be good. Like, I don't really have any qualifications or qualms or concerns. This is a must-watcher. Yup. Oh yeah, the Star Wars anime, another anthology. We got Wit Studio. We got IG. David Pro. I mean, I don't know. Oh, Kamikaze Doga. Whoa. Okay, now you're speaking my language. I just don't really care about Star Wars. But at the same time, it's not like I dislike Star Wars, I just really don't care. So the fact that it's Star Wars is just like a neutral quality to me. I mean, I say that, but I still haven't watched Andor, and everybody tells me that Andor is like phenomenal. Even if you don't like Star Wars, you'll like it. So maybe there is some element of Star Wars-ness that pushes me away from things, I don't know. It's unlikely that I'll see it. Oh yeah, there's a new Cat's Eye adaptation. That's kind of crazy. By Linden Films, who does all sorts of stuff. Is any of it good? Is any of it good? Yeah, I don't know why they're doing this. This is really weird to me. To just kind of take this very old, very beloved manga and be like, and here it is again. I mean, I guess they're doing that with Ranma, so like, and I love the Ranma adaptation. So I guess I just answered my own question. All the things I said about why they're adapting Ranma again could be applied to this as well. Okay, so I don't know. More Golden Kamui, sure. Koala manga something. Koala's Diary. This is one where it's either going to be like 7.4 or 9.1. 8. I was so wrong, man. Sometimes you swing and miss. Oh. What? What kind of Bayesian nonsense is this? It has no reviews, so it has an 8.9 because that's the average of all manga. What's going on here? What's going on, big guy? No ratings here either. Not even on manga updates, nobody's rated it. Huh. And yet it's getting an anime. Good for them, I guess. Studio Mother. Doesn't really seem like their wheelhouse, but whatever. Okay. This looks cute. Okay. Grand finale section. Not as grand as normal, but whatever. Let's make our little list. Must watch. Maybe. Might not need to go any further than that. I'm just gonna try to get into the mode of like, let's pick out like less than 7, and then I'll try to watch an episode every day. And I think that's just how it's gonna be. Spy X Family S3. This is. Okay. Ranma S2. Sanda. One Dance. 9.0 Dancing Manga. Madhouse. All these 1v1 rom-coms, I don't know if they make the cut. TBH. TBH. Just because there's so many, and I'd rather read the manga. Vampire Chan can't suck. Looks cute. Does it need to go much further than that? Digimon Break. Beat Break, not Breakbeat. Trailer looked cool. Shumatsu Touring. Welcome back, girls. Last tour. Egal no tai nai shokuba desu. Premise seems fun. Manga well liked. Nah, it'll go in maybe. I want to keep this section small so it doesn't feel intimidating. You know? So it looks, I go and I look and I say easy. I look and I say easy peasy. I can watch all those shows. Gourmet spin-off of Shin-chan. Manga looks good. We know so little about it. We don't need to. Noble Farmer Season 3. Yes, sir. Gotta love that farmer. Don't need to put movies in here. That's not what it's for. Alright. So 5 shows that I feel quite confident I will watch. And then maybe we'll either pick up one of these or go back and watch like Mono or something. Yeah. Seems like a good season. Definitely not as crazy as our current season. But more on that later. I have to get caught up on a couple things and finish a couple things, but I actually feel confident that I can with the power of 1 episode per day. That's all it takes, folks. You watch 1 episode per day, you can watch 7 shows per season. There's no way there's more than 7 good shows per season. That's all you need. All right. See ya.